Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of me discussing political and social issues. Today we have a post on Facebook from one of my favorite targets, Fight the Patriarchy, where a woman discusses. Let's see, get that there. Woman discusses following story. My son got thrown out of his hockey game this weekend. I asked him what happened, and he told me that one of the players on the opposing team called the girl on their team a fucking whore during the face-off, so he punched him in the face. Acceptable. Number one, I have very little confidence that that situation actually happened because a lot of these feminists tend to lie about things in order to increase their reputation among other feminists. You get a lot of these stories where my 2-year-old said the most amazing thing, or my 4-year-old said this, the extremely woke thing. It's all crap. Okay? So, assuming this even happened and it's a real incident, okay? If you're gonna bring a girl into a situation where men are competing, it is incumbent upon that girl to step up to the male level of competition and understand how males compete. Hockey, especially, is a competitive sport. And if you've never seen hockey or you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll show you.
Coyotes win it off the draw.
Here we go.
Here we rock.
Exactly. Well said. Center ice. Friday night fights.
O'Brien and Delorier. Let's see what they got.
2.5 minutes here into the opener, and away they go. Couple rights by O'Brien and Delorier coming back. Two tough customers. Toe-to-toe.
Fucking
Letting
hockey.
them go.
I don't watch hockey.
Absolutely, LC. What a tilt.
All right, and now the refs get involved. This is the sport you're bringing a girl into. Because that's going to go well. Oh, she's the goalie, or she's this, or whatever. She's got all this. Yeah, that's not the thing. This is a man's sport. It is not a sexism thing. Though it's just a way that men compete thing. You don't even see fistfights in most of these other sports. Okay? So, if you're gonna bring a girl into not on a girl's team, on a man's team, you have no right to make all of the other men behave like a woman would in this situation. This is a sport where people regularly get in fistfights and throw them hands. Okay? So, that for one. Number two, this situation she's describing is where a boy came up to a girl during the face-off. So I guess she wasn't the goalie, but whatever. And called her a whore. Men insult each other. It's what we do. We don't usually mean anything with it. It's just how we are and how we're built. Look at all the wonderful pictures we have up there you can see in the background, okay? And I got my TV up here, that's why I'm looking at that direction. But you got antelope that lock horns, you got hippos that go at it with teeth, bears, you know. Hey, kangaroos grab each other, start punching. Okay? Or in the case here, lions.
For a fight.
Now, the actual fight is done. And there really wasn't even much, it was just a couple swings. After that, it's just all shit talking. It's what we do. And a lot of times, we don't even get to the fighting, there's just the shit talking. Basically saying, and if you ever think about trying that shit again, I will your ass up. That's what he's saying in line. Now, I have no idea what that line did to piss him off, but evidently his line was probably creeping up towards his women. Okay? Even if you take the whole sexual aspect out of it, it's the same thing. This is how we are. This is who we are. This is how we are programmed by the OEM. Automotive term for original equipment manufacturer. Or as many people know him, God, Yahweh, Allah, Yeshua, Shiva or Vishnu. I can't remember which one's the creator god in the Hindu faith. Same concept. Or if you don't believe in any god, Mother Nature. Same thing. Whoever, whatever force created you, this is how we're programmed. This is how men compete. So, in this situation that she's talking about, if there was no girl involved in this situation, and there was just two men, and this happens on the football field all the time, where men try to get into each other's heads, okay? When one guy look at the other guy, your mother's a whore. Or, I your girl last night, or whatever. Stupid shit. And it's a way of getting in the head of the other person. But see, because it's a girl, now we got to change it. We can't have that. And then on top of that, which this part directly counters the bullshit of this patriarchy, feminist crap. Because feminism believes very strongly that chauvinism is dead. Because women don't need a man to protect them or provide for them. We're strong, independent women. Okay? So why are you posting this on your page then? Fight the patriarchy? You're claiming to fight the patriarchy, yet this whole story just reinforces the patriarchy, because what actually happens here is the woman in this situation who had an insult tossed at her in the face-off of a hockey game. Or during the face-off? No, I didn't actually get it. Yeah, during the face-off. Okay, yeah. This woman's getting an insult tossed at her, and instead of acting like a man, unequal in that situation, where she should come back with an insult that's even better than what he said, may I suggest, by the way, you have a tiny dick, would have been situationally appropriate, would have shut him up. But no, the woman says nothing, and a man, this woman's son, steps in to defend the honor of the woman by punching the other guy in the face. Which basically just reinforces the fact that the woman is weaker in that situation, since she's not defending herself and competing the way men do by tossing insults back. And there's a lot of women that do that, and they're fucking hilarious. A lot of women that do that. I mean, they could just go with the best of the guys. But the overwhelming majority of women do not think that way, do not act that way, are not confrontational in that manner. Which begs the question of then, why the hell did you get into hockey? Again, a sport where this happens. May I ask, why, if you're a woman, unless you're the size of Big Bertha and can take one of these dudes down, if you're not one of those who is willing to get into a fist fight, why are you in hockey? Are you trying to feminize hockey? Are you trying to make it... And again, I'm not shilling for hockey. I don't watch hockey. I had a best friend once who did. He was a huge fan of the Blackhawks. This is... Of the sports, the only one I've ever really paid much attention to is baseball and a little bit of football during the Super Bowl, but that's really about it. And rugby. I fucking love rugby. I wish it was televised nationwide. I wish it was a huge thing in America like it should be, because it actually takes more skill and talent and manliness than football does. But if you are a fan of hockey, do you want women to get into that sport at any level to prevent fights? Because you know damn well there ain't going to be a woman that's going toe-to... There might be a few. Most women are not going to go toe-to-toe and get in a fight with a man. So why are you there? It's not sexism, it's reality. This is a sport that has this. Now, it doesn't interest me. I don't watch it. But for the people that do, this is what they come for. Oh, the puck and the skating. Oh, yeah, whatever. This is what they come for. Because this is the last remaining sport where this kind of shit can really happen outside of boxing and MMA. It's the only one of the 4 major sports in Western culture where fist fights are tolerated up to a point, but until the guys go in the penalty box, where fist fights are a featured part of it. So if you're a woman, you either better be willing to step up to the table, get in a fist fight, and win, or at least get a draw, or hold your own, or you have no business being in that sport. Because that's what this sport is. It's the thing that makes it different from the other sports. That's why it's competitive with the other sports. This is the one thing it has that the other ones don't. So if you're not willing to be a part of this, and you can't even handle an insult, let alone that, you have no business being in that sport. Unless you're purposely trying to change that to a more feminized version of what you think it should be, instead of what the fans think it should be, in which case, fuck you. This is why women are not allowed in men's sports, aside from all the sexual things, but on a competitive level. And the one time we've seen it recently where that's happened with the Leah Thomas situation, we all saw how every other woman in that water was blown out of the water by a still functioning set of testicles, we'll put it that way. And muscle density, and frame size, and bone structure, and on and on and on. So, again, but even if you believe in this feminism shit, the end result of the situation was a man stepped in to defend the honor of a woman, and this is being praised on feminist websites. Then really, if you need a man to step in for you to defend your honor, you're not a feminist. Because people on the right, under normal circumstances outside of a sport, if a boy said that to a girl, that's not acceptable, and then this would be a socially appropriate thing to occur. But in the context of a sport, no, this is normal. Because if he wasn't saying this to a girl, he would have said something similar, to a guy. These are ways of slinging insults to get into the head of your opponent in order to win a competition. You ever watch boxing? They literally trash talk each other for like weeks before the actual event. So, you done played yourself, unfiltered mama. You done played yourself. And so has Fight the Patriarchy. You both played yourself. Because this narrative that you wrote here directly counters the supposed principles of feminism and just reinforces the fact that in a situation like that, you want a man to step in and defend a woman's honor, and you need a man to step in to defend a woman's honor by punching the other man. Which really just reinforces the fact that since your girl or that girl was not capable of defending herself, she had no business being there. If you're not ready to play with the big boys, get the fuck out of the arena. You cannot just go in there and change something to the way you want it. We have seen feminists doing that to every intellectual property in Hollywood, and you've seen the backlash from fans. No. We don't come into your shit and try to take it over and change it into something. We don't go into The Bachelor and insist they put a basketball competition in the middle of it, do we? This kind of shit only ever works one way. Same thing with everything on the left. That only ever works one way. where they try to take everything down that appeals to men. Because they're angry, hateful, jealous, bitter people. They will make up stories that never happened. They will lie, cheat, steal, and do all kinds of other things in order to promote this fraudulent narrative that women want equality. Well, this is not equality. This is you being the weak person in that situation and needing someone else to defend you. Like I said, you played yourself. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I will see you on the next one.